Hello friends! I thought I would bring you along with me at this beautiful mountain cemetery, Green Mountain Cemetery, with all its famous stories, infamous people, and beautiful, beautiful scenery and wind. Lots of wind through the pine trees. But I wanted to tell you a story about a composer famous for his Indian movement and his song by the waters of the Minnetonka. His name is Thurlow Lieurance. He was born in 1878. In Oskaloosa, Iowa. Then he relocated to Kansas when he was still very young. Little is known about his earlier years. It was known that his father would have liked for him to be a pharmacist. But of course, he didn't want to be a pharmacist. He wanted to be a musician. And he followed his dream and began a career in music. When the Spanish-American War began, he enlisted as a musician. With the end of the war, he moved to Ohio to attend the Cincinnati College of Music. He studied the college until his military savings ran out, which at the time was $400. He studied with John Philip Sousa, a composer and conductor. Thurlow studied music theory, orchestration, harmony, and arranging. In 1900, he sang in the chorus of Castle Square Garden Opera Company to learn opera and its production. In 1905, he joined the Chautauqua Society, traveling in tent schools, teaching music to Native Americans. The contacts in this position led to his deep interest in Native American culture. He learned how to transcribe the songs he heard and make traditional Native American flutes. At this time, polio made Thurlow disabled, yet he persevered as quite vigorous and mobile. In around 1909, he acquired a portable cylinder device to record visiting Native American singers by Edison Records. And in 1911, he recorded a Native American singer known as Sitting Eagle, or Mortimer Dreamer, then living on the Crow Reservation in Montana. From this recording, he took the melody for his song, By the Waters of the Minnetonka. He set it to harp accompaniment, where it was published by Theodore Presser in 1913 as an Indian love song, with words by J. M. Cavanis. It became an instant success through several editions and frequently recorded by 1950. In arrangement 1915, 1917, and 1921, the song called for violin or flute to echo the vocal melody by either played melody or ad-lib. Often it is played by Native American flute. Moon Deer, daughter of the Moon Clan, loved Sun Deer of the Sun Clan. Tribal law forbade marriage between the two clans. This is the story of the song By the Waters of the Minnetonka. It was decreed that daughters of the Moon Clan must marry into the Eagle Clan. The two lovers, in tears, ran away far to the east and north. They came to the beautiful lake Minnetonka. Min means water. Tonka means large and round. Their happiness was disturbed due to their enemies, camped on the north shore of the lake. They feared if they returned home, they would be separated, so they decided to end it all. Together, they walked into the lake and disappeared. The waves lapped their rhythmic sound, and the pines crooned their love song. Many moons after the Sioux warriors drove the Chappaqua to Lake Superior. One night, as they camped on Minnetonka shores, they heard the waters singing a weird melody. Late at night, far along the path of the watery moonlight, two lilies appeared and grew to the skies. The lilies were the spirits of moon deer and sun deer. Thurlow Lieurance himself said how important his career path became due to his song, stating that that night marked an epoch in my life, opened to me a new world. Thurlow married in 1917 to Edna Woolley and took part in his recital tours. She wore Native American dress and played the part of Princess Wahawaso. They were such a success, he was able to attain his degree from Cincinnati College in 1924. In 1926, they retired from performing and gained teaching positions, working at University of Nebraska and Wichita. Thurlow became the school's Dean of Fine Arts, and they both retired in 1945. In the early 1930s, Thurlow and Edna were invited to tour Europe. When they returned, they gained support for their research in Native American music and received a grant from the Scientific Research Society of America. In 1940, he helped found the Minnesota Symphony Orchestra in Wichita, and most of his orchestral music was for this group. In retirement, they moved to Neosho Falls, Kansas, but their house was flooded in 1952, whereas they moved here to Boulder, Colorado, and Thurlow passed in 1963. Now, What is quite cool is I did a story on George Gamow. And so we are back to his grave to pay our respects once again. Very cool to see George and Barbara, his wife, once again. And we'll move up the hill a little bit. Make our way around this beautiful tree. We're going to make our way to the graves. Of Thurlow Lieurance and Edna, his wife. Of course, he was in the Spanish-American War, chief musician, 22 Regiment, Kansas Infantry Band, March 21st, 1878 to October 9th, 1963. And his very beautiful wife, Edna W. Lieurance, August 23rd, 1892, January 3rd, 1986. I always look for the graves before I do my stories, and I leave some color and some stones. Nothing too crazy, so they can still mow and tend the graves. I love paying my respects. The couple's paper can be found at Wichita University Library, named for Thurlow Lieurance. His research is housed in the Smithsonian Institution. Along with By the Waters of the Minnetonka, Thurlow wrote over 300 works. His first composition, titled The Prayer. Thurlow's amazing song was not unlike the Romeo and Juliet story of Shakespeare. I thought it to be a very beautiful song. If I cannot play it in my video, I will link it below. Please go and listen. It's quite amazing. Thank you, my friends, for joining me on my story time today. Going on this very peaceful and fascinating walk. Telling the story about this composer and this very dynamic man. I hope that you will join me again soon. Look for more videos coming to you. The stories from beyond. And some really cool haunted things and stuff coming to you in October. Thank you. Hope you have an amazing day. And happy fall. The leaves are turning. And it's cooler.